Saints, this is Greg, and welcome to the Great Outdoor Bible Adventure. I don't get to the East Coast very often, but here I am. Today's topic is Psalm 3. It's one of King David's warrior psalms. This is the David of David and Goliath. This is Israel's greatest king ever. Never lost a military campaign. He defeated the Philistines. He defeated the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Edomites, the Syrians, the Arameans, beat them all. But this is his, riskiest, the closest he ever came to defeat. Because his own son, Absalom, rose up against him in a military coup. And David escaped. He won the battle, but he escaped by the skin of his teeth. He starts off this psalm in heartbreak. He said, Lord, how they are increased that trouble me. Many there be that rise up against me. Many there be that say of my soul, there is no help for him in God. Now, saints, I've never served in the military. I've never been in a hot zone. I've never had one bullet fired at me. Closest I came to it was living in the inner city for about 5 years in Pittsburgh. There were shootings, I saw one, knifings, everything. And the most tense night in my life was when my life was threatened. And I thought there was a distinct possibility that I may be killed. Our little storefront church at that time, we had a phrase, and it was from Exodus 14:14, King James. I'm going to put it on the bottom here so you can see it, because this became a catchword for us. It said, the Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. Ye shall hold your peace. And that became something that we tried to do, regardless of how violent the situation was. We tried to hold our peace. Keep the peace of God in your soul. Well, that night, I have to admit, I didn't hold my peace very well. I remember singing the Lord's Prayer, and I remember the peace of God came over me. And when I sang the amen, it left, and I was just a mass of anxiety. I woke at every sound. I lived above a barber shop. I was so poor, there was no phone. We had no cell phones back then. I had a plan that if they kicked in the front door, there was only one entrance. I was going to go out onto the roof, and I could go from roof to roof to an old burned out building about 3 houses down and hide there. And if this guy caught me there, one of us was going to die there. That was the tensest night in my life, but I made it. Let's go to Psalm 3 again. Let me back up for a minute, though. That was one night. Those of you that served in Afghanistan, those of you that served in Iraq, maybe back in Vietnam and Korea, I don't know how you did it. Night after night, going out on patrol. There were others that never served, but right here in America, your home was a dangerous place. Maybe you were raised by a violent alcoholic. Maybe you were abused by a relative that should have protected you. It became your worst enemy. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you survived. I had one night. You might have had a year. My heart goes out to you. Let's go back to Psalm 3. Lord, how they are increased that trouble me. Many there be that rise up against me. Many there be that say of my soul, there is no help for God in him. God's not going to hear his prayer. But you know what the next verse says? And we're going to put this up on the screen also. Verse 3. But thou. Oh, man. Satan thought he had you. But thou, O Lord, art a shield unto me, my glory, and the lifter up of my head. Satan thought he had you. He thought he was going to ruin your life. He thought he had your soul fractured for life. But thou, O Lord, art a shield unto me, my glory, and the lifter up of my head. These two verses. Let's go back. Let's put it up again. Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace. The peace of God in your soul. Let's go to Psalm 3 again, verse 3. But thou, O Lord, art a shield for me. You wonder how you made it through. That's how you made it through. You wonder why God allowed it. That's a subject for a different video if we have answers at all. But all I know is God shielded me on that night. He shielded me on those years in the inner city. And He shielded you. And we're here. But thou, O Lord, art a shield unto me, my glory, and the lifter of my head. The psalm goes on. Let's see if I can quote it. I lay me down and I slept. I await, for the Lord sustained me. You can sleep again. You can sleep in peace again. I lay me down and I slept, and I await, for the Lord sustained me. That peace of God can be yours. And then the psalm, it's not the end of the psalm, but King David, showing it was a military situation, he says, I will not be afraid of tens of thousands of people that have set themselves against me round about. PTSD is a real thing. You can get it just by living in the inner city. Sometimes I think it has affected me. I sleep with the outside lights on. To be honest with you, I have a pistol right by me. I like a big dog in the house. Has it affected me? Yes, it has. But does anxiety rule my soul? No, it does not. I can lay down and sleep, for the Lord sustained me. Let's do those two verses again. Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you, and you shall hold your peace. Psalm 3 and verse 3. But thou, O Lord, art a shield unto me, my glory, and the lifter up of my head. You'll notice in this video and the next one we're going to do right here on the coast, I'm not going to use any music because the surf is its own music. I always thought it was sort of therapeutic, peaceful, almost eternal. So as we close out this video, we'll leave the camera on for a little bit and you can hear the rhythm and the peace of the surf of the Atlantic Ocean. God bless you. If you like this video, like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.